I was here on October 6th, and I was happy to get here early. I came here to meet with Palestinian leaders, and I came here to meet with Israeli leaders, and then I was going to go on to Bahrain and to the UAE to talk about the expansion of the Abraham Accords, the best pathway I've seen in my lifetime towards peace in this region and back towards a two-state solution. And October 6th, I wish you could have been there with me because I'm this Baptist from New Jersey, but there ain't no party like a Torah party. It was Simchat Torah. And it was an incredible celebration. I had Shabbat dinner with a dear friend's home and brought another friend with me. Woke up the next morning, went jogging in the old city, and got a call from my chief of staff right there that I needed to get back to the hotel because Israel was under attack. And here I am, 2 weeks since I left Israel to the day, over the Allenby Bridge, after spending a day in and out of bomb shelters. And not just Israel has changed, but the world has changed. We have seen the brutalization of civilians, the butchering of children. We have seen the deaths of civilians and children that are of Palestinian descent, of Israelis. We have seen pain and hurt. This region is sinking in a agony. And why? What ignited this pain in this region that is rippling as far to my country, where threats against mosques and synagogues and shuls and violence against Muslims in my country and Jews is on the rise? What ignited this hate and horror that is rippling across the world? A terrorist organization, Hamas. They lit the match, they threw the grenade in the most gruesome ways to see Israelis today, soldiers today, with their voices choked with emotion, saying they have never seen this kind of brutality and hate from a terrorist organization, more like Daesh, more like ISIS. They're not freedom fighters. They have chained so many, sinking like an anchor in depths of grief and hurt and horror. There can be no moral equivocating. We are here right now. All of us in this room, we are gathered here because of Hamas and what they have done. I am so happy to travel with this group, but for this reason, I've seen a bipartisan delegation, eyes filled with tears, as they are revisiting the trauma with hostage family members, hostage-taken family members. I've watched them on this Codel, things they haven't mentioned. In private meetings, talking about getting humanitarian aid, lowering civilian casualties, getting Americans of Palestinian descent out, caring about humanity, showing their humanity as we work together as Americans, trying to uphold the highest of moral values. But what a moral failing if we did not stand here with a resolute voice, with unshakable conviction, with unbreakable resolve to say that we stand with Israel in their fight against a terrorist organization that is unleashing hate onto this world, a terrorist organization that even in their very rise, killed, abducted, murdered Palestinians. Every time peace seems to be in the path, like after Oslo and during Oslo, they attack civilians, kill families and children. We are here today. What a difference 16 days makes. We are here today in a united stance against hate, against horror and against this terror organization. And we are resolute that those people who fund and enable and empower terrorism, who wants to move this region away from the pathway of peace, from a two-state solution to a safe and secure Israel, to a homeland for the Palestinians, what Hamas is trying to do, we stand against you. This is who we are. I will tell you this. I was moved that on the plane in, one of my Republican colleagues is reading the Psalms. And it was amazing to me. Another one of my Republican colleagues pulls it up on his phone, and suddenly we were praying as we were landing in Israel. And the reason why that heartened me is because of the kinship in this region. We're all, a bunch of us Christians and Jews, Muslims and Israelis, part of the family of Abraham. What's awful about Hamas, this terrorist organization, this ISIS, Daesh-like, that they betray Islam. They betray the values of the Abrahamic faiths. And so, yes, we are Americans, but we stand with our cousins, with our brothers and sisters, whose humanity has equal dignity. A Christian child, a Muslim child, a Jewish child, an Israeli child, a Palestinian child. We should all be weeping for this terror that was unleashed on the killing of children, all ignited by this terrorist organization. And so for our combined faiths, for the power of the ideals of Abraham, who showed the word in Islam, sadaqah, the word in Judaism, sadaqah, this idea of justice, this idea of charity, of kindness, of decency, of love, of peace. That's what this is all about. We have a moment here where we can unify as a people to reject those who peddle hatred and violence and anti-Semitism, who unleash hate in this world, with our collective resolve, and say no more. Right here, we unite to stop terror, and we choose a different way. A way that some of our Muslim brothers and sisters have shown. There is a different way in this region for all of God's children to join hands for human rights, for human dignity, for security, for peace and prosperity. That is the crossroads where we are. And if you want to know where I stand with those who choose the future. I stand with those who choose progress. I stand with those who choose peace. I stand with those who choose love over hate.